you're new, I'm Lauren.
And I'm Amanda.
And today we're going to be going over all of the books that we have on our May TBR. We did not have the best reading month in April, but we're hoping that does not apply for this month. We have picked out some really great ones, so we're excited to share them with you today.
Before we get into talking about the books that we picked for this month, we did want to mention how we are going to be changing our buddy reading videos. We've been doing sit down, read with us, kind of reading vlog videos. I think we're going to change that and just do our overall review, and then we'll save thoughts and spoilers for the very end.
If you guys end up liking them more, maybe we'll stick to the reviews, but we did just want to mention how we're going to be doing that this month.
This month we did pick out The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, which we have both been wanting to read for so long.
And we've heard great things about it.
Yes.
A lot of you guys actually have told us we should buddy read this one, so this is the one we had to have on the list this month.
Changing it up, we have The Wife Upstairs mystery thriller. We both own this one. Two different vibes.
Two completely different vibes. We'll let you guys vote on which one you guys think we should buddy read this month, and we will end up doing a full review video on whichever one wins.
The poll is currently live right now on our Instagram, so if you want, go ahead and vote for which one you think we should read this month. We have our stacks and they're heavy. Starting off strong, I do want to read one Taylor Jenkins Reid book like every month, so I think this month I want to read Maybe in Another Life. You just sent me a TikTok of this girl saying like one of her favorite quotes. When she read the quote, I was already about to cry my eyes out, and then she said it was maybe in another life. So that settled it for me. I will be reading this book. I know it's a little bit about this girl can see how different her life would be if she made a different decision, or if she went with this path or that path. I think is crazy. I think about that a lot. How different would our lives be if this one thing didn't happen? So I'm really excited to read this one.
I think that one's gonna be really good.
Yeah, me too.
Just the concept itself I think is like my favorite out of her other books, at least what I've heard. So the first one I have on my list this month is The Atlas 6 by Olive Blake. This one, everyone and their mom has read it. I am so late to this, and I've actually owned it for a while now. I don't know why I just haven't picked it up. I think I'm almost intimidated. I just need to start. I do know it's dark academia. That's pretty much all I know. But yes, I'm excited for it.
I do want to read Razorblade Tears. This one was one that was nominated on Jimmy Fallon's book club, and I wanted this one to win, but it didn't. So I'm still going to read it. It does say too that this was a Book of the Year finalist. I know it's about two ex-cons whose sons did get murdered. I think they're just trying to team up, figure out what happened, and get revenge. I just feel like this is going to be a ride.
The next one I have is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I know I included this in one of our previous TBR videos, however I never got around to reading it, but this is one that has just been on the top of my list. I want to read it. I think the concept is so interesting. If I'm just reading a little bit off the back, it says our main character's name is Mare, and the world is divided by blood, those with red and those with silver blood. So Mare and her family are Reds, which are known as kind of like the common people. She is destined to serve the silver elite, who have supernatural abilities to make them kind of like gods. I think she discovers she has some magic abilities of her own, so this ends up threatening pretty much how everything is in the whole system of that world. So I'm so interested. I've heard mixed things about this series, however the concept sounds brilliant, so I'm hoping that I like it. I don't know if people don't like the writing or where the story goes, but I am interested and I want to start it.
Okay, so the trailer for Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens just came out, and I immediately felt like I was missing out just because I haven't read it yet. So it's time for me to read it so I can be ready to watch the movie. So it is a coming of age story intertwined with a murder mystery. I did just read a little bit of the back, and it takes place in a small town, and when a body is found dead, they assume that it's Kaya based on her past. That's kind of all I want to know.
Yeah, that's all you really need to know.
Yeah.
We're thinking of doing a 24-hour readathon again this month. So a book that I see myself reading during that is Kingdom of the Wicked. If you're a fantasy reader, you've probably already read it. The inside says, 2 sisters, 1 brutal murder, a quest for vengeance that will unleash hell itself.
Damn.
And it says, and an intoxicating romance. So this all just sounds good. It sounds entertaining. I hope I love it. The inside's gorgeous. Don't you love it when books have like maps?
So I do want to read Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. This is so many people's favorite book, so I'm hoping I will love it just as much. I know it's childhood friends to lovers. People also say that it is pretty similar to People We Meet in Vacation. Something happened and they kind of grew apart. So I'm hoping that whatever that was better than the problem that happened in People We Meet on Vacation. Miscommunication is not my favorite thing.
I also hate that.
If the problem is miscommunication, I just can't stand that. So I'm hoping that it's truly something crazy that happened. But I'm excited to read this. I might want to read this in our 24-hour readathon.
So the next book I have is Dark Shores by Danielle L. Jensen. I feel like I recently talked about this book in one other video, but I'm so excited to start this. Danielle L. Jensen did the Bridge Kingdom duology, which I absolutely loved. You guys know that I love pirate-themed books, I guess. I don't know, that was a surprise to me too, but it says, a pirate with a will of iron, a soldier with a secret, a dangerous quest. I do own this whole trilogy now. So I feel like if I really like this first one, I can just read the rest of the series. I'm so excited. I feel like I never see this one. I only picked it up because I liked this author's previous work, but I've never seen it recommended anywhere, so if you have read it, let me know. I'm hoping it's kind of like Fable and Daughter of the Pirate King. I loved the themes and atmosphere of those books, so I have high hopes for this one.
I did get Finley Donovan Knocks Them Dead by El Cosimano. I did read Finley Donovan is Killing It a while back, and I loved it so much. I thought it was funny. There was a good mix of so many different genres in there. There was the funny part and the mystery part with some romance, so I'm excited to read this one. I know the way the first book ended was what I thought the entire plot was going to be, but she saves that for this book.
Okay.
So I'm excited to read this one. I really want to see these as a movie or like a show. I could see it as a Netflix show, like that show Dead to Me.
That was good.
Yes. They need to get on this.
Up next, I have The Whisper Man by Alex North. This has been on my shelf for months and months, but out of all the mystery thrillers that I have, this is the one I've been most excited for, and I feel like I haven't read a mystery thriller in a while, so if I read one, it would definitely be this one. Basically, there's this small town. This father and son move there to start fresh, but this town has a troubled past, and 20 years ago, a serial killer was on the loose and abducted and killed 5 residents. He was eventually caught and nicknamed the Whisper Man because that's how he would lure people out of their house, by whispering to them at night, which is so creepy.
Yes.
Just the thought of that, I know this is gonna give me nightmares. I believe some mysterious things start happening in the town again, and they just try to piece together what's happening. I'm so excited to read it. I need a good mystery thriller, and I have heard good things about this one, so I'm hoping and praying that I love it.
I do want to read The Silent Patient this month. I've had this on my shelf for so long, and everyone has always told me, like, you need to read this one. This one has a good ending or plot twist, right? I know it's about a woman who kills her husband in cold blood, and she hasn't spoken since, and there is a psychotherapist trying to uncover what happened. I have so many mystery thrillers on my shelf, and I've probably only read about 3.
The last one I'm going to talk about today is Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. I've heard really good things about this series. I believe it's a YA murder mystery series. I don't know, it just sounds really interesting. My mom read this book actually, and is all pumped for the second one.
She was so disappointed you didn't have the second one.
I know! I believe it takes place in this private school academy, and 2 people, I believe, get kidnapped, and they're left with just a bunch of puzzles and riddles, and they have to figure out what happened. Hopefully I love it. Hopefully I get around to reading it.
The last one I have on my list is Kiss the Sky by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is the first one in the Calloway Sisters series. I'm so ready to move on, learn a little bit about these other sisters. I was supposed to read this one last month, but I didn't get around to it, but that's okay. I'm really feeling this one right now. Like, I think I want to read it first.
Do it. And you really like reality shows, right?
Yes.
And that's incorporated into the plot, so I think you would really like it.
I love Bravo. So,
What is
Bravo? It's like the reality station. I think I'll be really into this. And I think if I start off with this for the month, then I'll be more likely wanting to like read the rest.
That's true, yeah.
So the Addicted / Calloway Sisters series is about 6 best friends who turn into 3 couples, and we're able to follow each of their relationships. They're a very wealthy family, so that's always fun to read about. I know this one is about Rose and her man. I have been so excited to read about them. I loved them so much in the Addicted series, so I'm excited to read their own book. These are just the few that we picked out for the month. Who knows if we'll stick to it. So that is going to be it for today's video. Comment down below and let us know what book you are most excited to read in May. And don't forget that our Buddy Read poll is live right now over on our Instagram. So please vote for whichever one you think we should read.
As always, we do put out new book videos every Wednesday and Friday. So if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Can you see my... Oh my god! I'm so sorry if it's not in focus.